What's up guys, I'm Frosty the Sandwich, welcome back to Marvel Rivals. Today I'm bringing you 5 tips on Groot, which is the second most played character in my roster right now. I've got a lot of time on him, and I am currently Celestial 3. I was GM2, was my top rank last season, so I definitely have a fair amount of experience, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some tips to rank up yourself. Tip number 1 is try to position your Ironwood wall so that the enemy team cannot break it easily. Ironwood wall is still somewhat misunderstood, so let me explain a little bit. This wall has 700 health and will give Groot and only Groot bonus health up to 1100 health as long as you are near it and you or an ally are dealing damage to an enemy. This means that you can place your Ironwood wall just around a corner so that it's far enough out of line of sight that the enemy team cannot destroy it, but still close enough to allow you to poke the enemy team while receiving the healing and armor from it, basically negating most of the chip damage that you'll be receiving and allowing you to poke effectively. Tip number 2 is don't forget to use his walls for mobility. You can actually stack them vertically and do the fast build thing where you hold shift and left click at the same time. You just have to have the angle right, so practice in the range. You can even use this to dodge Jeff Holt, but you can always just break line of sight for Jeff Holt to dodge it. Fun fact that some people aren't aware of. Tip number 3 is Groot can melee weave his attacks, but by doing this, you will be attacking faster than the walls are capable of swinging their vines on their own, so you won't really increase their damage, but you will absolutely increase your own damage, so you should still do this. Also, I'm sure most of you know this by now, but his third melee hit does knock up enemy targets, which means you'll have to start paying child support, so think wisely before you use this. Tip number 4 is Groot's ultimate is one of the best team wipe attacks in the game and should be planned carefully. Here are a few characters that can actually ruin your day on Groot if you don't plan it properly. Magneto. Magneto can actually just straight up nullify your ultimate with that shield. In fact, it's probably the hardest punish against your ultimate. That he can also absorb it with his ultimate or block it with his bubble. Captain America is a close runner-up. He can reflect your ultimate back at you. Strange can block it in front of him, and if his team's behind him, he's safe. Hulk, just don't throw it at him while he's shielding. Throw it next to him. Invisible Woman, her shield, if she can detect it, she can block it. Cloak and Dagger can save their team if they're in cloak form, but if they're in dagger form, I found that they can't swap quick enough to save them. Tip number 5 is build forts around your enemies. There have been multiple occasions, especially in ranked games, where if I'm the only one on point, I basically just build a little fort around myself, a little cocoon, if you will. You can have 3 Thornlash walls and 1 Ironwood wall out at any one time, which basically means you can completely box yourself in. You can even sometimes put a roof over your head if you want to. And I've just found that this can make it incredibly hard for them to remove you from the point, and you can win games because of it, just by delaying and helping your team get back on point. Another thing I like to do sometimes is build my Thornlash walls out into walkways so they're less likely to destroy them, but will walk by them and just tank all of the damage. And one last tip, if you're in a Groot Ditto, build ramps up to his walls to basically give yourself the advantage. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, I have multiple other 5-tip videos for other characters, so go check that out. I have a full playlist of them. And if you want to see a full game of me playing Groot, I have a full VOD review I posted yesterday of me playing a Celestial 3 game as Groot, and I talk about some things and give more tips there. So go check that out. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Stay frosty.